Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. First of all, apologies for my voice. I'm joined by the General Manager here at Co-op Live in Manchester, Rebecca KANE Burton, Kane with a K.
It is.
Rebecca, first of all, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Great to have you here.
Wonderful. I've heard a lot about the Co-op Live arena. I've seen pictures, stories, etc., etc. But obviously to come here and look at it, first impressions, and I'm not just saying it because I'm here, I probably would just say it. Even if I didn't like it, I probably would just say I liked it, to be fair. But it's absolutely stunning here, to be fair.
It's an amazing arena. I mean, you can hear the stats. Europe's biggest arena. But listen, when you go inside that bowl, the atmosphere is amazing. The intimacy that's been created in there, the sound, what you get in there as a punter watching a show, it's phenomenal as an arena. Very proud to run it.
Right, so when people talk about arenas and they say, oh, Emily was in there, and promoters do this a lot. Eddie Hearn does this a lot, like, there's 20,000 in there. But I know exactly officially what the majority of the arenas and stadiums hold for boxing in, like, for O2, for example, which we'll talk about for a small amount of time. But the O2 officially, I thought, was always just a little bit under 17,000 officially. But to say it was 20,000 was a little bit of a stretch. Was it or not?
So the reality is, it's not a lie. What people are telling you is what the fire regs say. So from a buildings point of view, you're allowed to open the O2 and you're allowed to open here with 23,500 people. That's what makes us the biggest arena in Europe. The simple reality, though, is once you put a stage and some production in, you've got to make allowances for that, so your number comes down. But the official number is 23,500, very proud to be the largest. We've already had just over 18,500 people in for Liam Gallagher, so that's one of the biggest crowds you'll ever find in an indoor arena in Europe. And I think we'll go even higher than that at some point, but it depends on the stage configuration. But very excited to have the boxing in. It's going to be amazing to have that building used in the round.
So, we spoke about this kind of off camera. A lot of people I speak to, and for myself, when people ask what is the best boxing venue there is in the country, I would always have said the O2. Always, it's phenomenal. I think it sinks in with the fights that have been there, etc., etc. Of course, but you're quite confident then in months, years to come, that that will take over that kind of tagline.
Yeah, and I guess my confidence comes from the fact I ran the O2 for 5 years. I'm passionate about the O2. I love that building. Lots of my old colleagues are still there running it. But the beauty of this building is what Tim Lywicki's done. He built the O2 originally. That's been there for 17 years. He's taken everything that was brilliant about the O2 and he's put it on steroids in this building. Because the simple reality is technology moves on, yeah? Sound, lighting, everything moves on in our world. So 17 years later, have we used the latest tech? Yes. Have we put money into the right areas? Absolutely. Have we learnt what didn't work so well at the O2 and corrected that all here? Absolutely. So having known that building, I went to 200 gigs every year for 5 years. This one's better.
Now, we know that there is a rival here that's kind of well known to Manchester. To be fair, I will say I don't really know what it's officially called at the minute.
AO.
Oh, of course it is, the AO Arena, apologies.
Say that.
Yes. No, because it's changed its name. We've known 5 different names for the Manchester Arena. Some people still call it the MEN.
MEN,
Yeah.
Still called that.
But to kind of make your stamp, put it here, it's right outside near the Etihad Stadium. It's a big call though, isn't it, that you think you can kind of topple what's known here in Manchester with the AO Arena?
So I just think, listen, this is the only city in the UK that has 2 arenas. That's saying something about Manchester. Yeah. So ignore us or AO, whoever. The fact that a city can host and has enough content and enough people willing to come to this amazing city that you can have 2 arenas, that's not repeated anywhere else in the country. So we should be proud of that. But I do think, Manchester deserved another arena. And like I said, we've done it bigger, better. We've used all the new technology, sustainability, all the good stuff that we can now do in 2024. This is the best arena in Manchester, but I'm thrilled to be part of a Manchester scene. So I wish the AO well. I wish everyone who's working in this city well, because what's good for Manchester is good for us.
We're IFL, we don't want to hear that kind of thing. We want to hear trash talking. No,
Trash talk?
screw them. No, listen, it's great to have two arenas. You are right, I am joking, because we've spent so many great nights at that arena, and we are hoping to have, obviously, similar nights here at the Co-op. One thing I will say in your favour, anyone else who's a fan of a cup holder, there is cup holders on every seat here, which apparently, allegedly, AO Arena don't have. I'll point out because I think that's quite a good thing to have.
Just that at the end of the day, the point of all of what we do is fan first, right? So we're in live entertainment because we love live, and you don't get more live than boxing. You don't know what's going to happen in that ring. That's the excitement and the thrill of the game. But the simple reality is everything is about customer service. So in this building, I've got more premium offers, loads of different tiers of that, but the GA offering, the general public, get an amazing offer as well. Why not? But plus, everyone does backstage. Backstage gets forgotten, not in this building. The dressing rooms, defy you to find a better dressing room in the UK.
We haven't seen the dressing rooms yet. We'd actually, if possibly we could do, we've seen obviously the inside of it. But I just said to Joe there that actually dressing rooms is probably where we're going to spend most of our time. So we would like to see that.
I will show you the dressing room. According to Liam Gallagher, the best sofas of any arena in the UK. Who knew Liam had such a thing about sofas? Apparently we got the best.
Okay.
I'll show you.
We'll have a look at the sofas. Obviously, 24th of August, we'll see Jack Cattrall, obviously well known from Chorley, obviously has fought in Manchester many times, against Regis Prograis. This is going to be the kind of first boxing event there is here. Yep. Through Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, so you must be excited about that.
Yeah, it's a historic moment. I mean, to christen this building with our first boxing bout and to have those guys fighting in here, that's amazing. And it's nice to be working with Matchroom. Good team.
Absolutely. Right, so the last thing I'm going to ask you, if you could pick one boxing event to happen at this venue in the foreseeable future, realistic or not realistic, what would you say?
Oh, wow, that's a question. You didn't give me any insight that one was coming, did you? Do you know what I'd quite like to see? Because heavyweight's where I like it.
Absolutely, you go in the right direction already.
Joshua.
Yeah, go on.
No, versus Ali, I'd like to bring him back. You said realistic, fictional. What about that?
I thought you was going to say AJ and Fury, and I was like...
Well, of course, it's the obvious answer.
Yeah, I know, but you
I know what you wanted from me, but to see Ali back, how amazing would that be, right? AJ and Ali.
All right, so...
Can you make that happen?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so
AI
at all.
can do anything.
Well, it would have to be AI generated, yeah, obviously, okay. Yeah, that threw me a little bit. You actually threw me a little bit, but yeah. But the AJ Fury probably would end up in Saudi Arabia. But yeah, if there was an arena here, there isn't. That would probably be a stadium if we're being honest. But if it was an arena, then 23,500 would be in your favour.
I'd love to see Joshua fight here and Fury. I know them both quite well. That would be a fight I think we all want to see.
Okay, Rebecca, listen, very much appreciate your time, and we look forward to Saturday, August 24th, which will see the birth of boxing happen here at the Co-op Live in Manchester.
Fantastic, thank you, can't wait.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.